You know what's strange? Every single year, around June, the whole world starts performing the same ritual. Beach photos, barbecue invites. Summer is finally here, said with the energy of a national holiday. And every year you nod along, say, yeah, can't wait, and quietly feel nothing. Or worse than nothing, a low hum of dread you'd never admit out loud. The heat, the pressure to be out, the month stretching ahead like one long sweaty obligation. And somewhere in your head there's a voice asking, what's wrong with me that I don't love this? Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain has actual specific reasons for not caring about summer, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why the season everyone calls the best might genuinely be the worst one for how you're built. First, notice what summer actually demands of you, because no other season makes demands like this. Winter lets you disappear, autumn asks nothing. But summer arrives with a social contract. Be outside, be social, be spontaneous, be visibly happy, and document it. Somewhere along the way, summer stopped being a season and became a performance review for your lifestyle. If you spent a July Saturday indoors with the curtains half closed, doing exactly what you wanted, the world treats it like a small confession. Nobody asks you to justify a cozy night in November. Everybody asks what you did this weekend in July. So why does your brain resist it? Let's take it apart, because there are real mechanisms here. This isn't a personality flaw. Start with the heat itself. Your brain runs on a surprisingly narrow temperature comfort band, and thermoregulation, keeping your body cool, is genuinely expensive work. Research on heat and cognition has found the same pattern over and over. As temperatures climb, sleep gets shallower, irritability rises, focus drops. There are even studies showing cognitive performance declining measurably during heat waves. So when you feel slower, crankier, and dumber in July, that's not your imagination, and it's not weakness. Your brain is literally spending part of its energy budget on air conditioning duty. Some nervous systems handle that tax easily. Yours sends you the bill. Then there's the light. 16 hours of aggressive daylight sounds like a gift, unless your brain is the kind that needs closure. Long evenings blur the boundary of the day. It's 8:45 p.m, still bright as afternoon, and something in you can't switch into rest mode because the sky keeps insisting the day isn't over. People talk endlessly about winter depression, but researchers have documented a summer version too. A smaller group whose mood drops in the bright months, tied to heat and long light disrupting sleep and routine. It's less famous, but it's real. If your best evenings all happen after dark, the lamp on, the world finally quiet, you're not broken. You're just wired for the part of the day summer keeps deleting. And here's the one almost nobody names. Summer kills structure. For 8 months of the year, life has walls, routines, schedules, predictable weeks. Then summer arrives and dissolves all of it. Everyone's travelling, plans float, weeks lose their shape. For some people, that looseness is freedom. But if your calm depends on rhythm, if routine is the thing that keeps your head quiet, then summer isn't a break. It's 2 months of standing on a floor that keeps moving. You're not boring for loving your routine. Your routine is load-bearing. Add the sensory layer on top. Summer is the loudest season. Crowds everywhere, music from 3 directions, events stacked on events, everything bright and hot and close. If you're someone who takes in more of the environment than most people, more noise, more detail, more of everyone's energy, then a packed beach isn't relaxation. It's an open-plan office with sand. The same day that recharges your friends is, for your nervous system, a shift you have to recover from. Now think about what it costs to hide all this. Every summer, you perform a season you don't feel. You accept invitations at a rate designed to seem normal. You say, beautiful day, about weather that's actively ruining your sleep. And when you do decline, when you choose the cool, quiet indoors, you absorb the little labels, boring, antisocial, no fun. Here's the reframe you actually need. Preferring winter over summer is a preference, exactly as neutral as preferring tea over coffee. But only one of those preferences comes with a social penalty. You've been paying a fine all your life for a taste you never chose. Now, I want to be honest about one thing because it matters. There's a difference between not caring about summer and dreading everything in every season. If what you're feeling is specific, the heat drains you, the noise wears you out, you come alive in October, that's wiring, and it's fine. But if the dread follows you across the whole calendar, if nothing has felt good for a long time regardless of the weather, that's not a summer thing, and it deserves a real conversation with someone, not a YouTube video. Know which one you're looking at. Most of you watching this are the first kind. Some of you might not be, and it's worth being honest with yourself about that. But for the summer indifferent, here's the part nobody says. There's a certain depth to people whose favourite months are the quiet ones. Summer is the season of display, of being seen doing things. Autumn and winter are the seasons of interiority. Reading, thinking, long conversations, actual rest. Preferring them usually means your idea of a good life runs on substance instead of spectacle. You don't need the season to entertain you, because you're not bored inside your own head. And there's something quietly funny about your position every year. You spend June through August politely waiting, while everyone else chases a version of happiness that photographs well. And then September comes, the light softens, the air cools, the world calms down, and suddenly it's your season, and you didn't have to perform a thing. The people who love summer get 3 loud months. You get the other 9. So no, you're not broken, boring, or bad at fun. You're someone whose brain does its best work in the quiet, whose energy is a budget and not a bottomless tap, and who figured out, earlier than most, that you don't owe anyone a performance of enjoying yourself. If this is you, I want to know. What's the one summer thing everyone loves that you secretly cannot stand? Put it in the comments. The beach, the heat, the plans, all of it. This is the safe zone. And if you want to know why your whole generation might be wired the way it is, there's a video on your screen right now that explains it. Subscribe if you're new. This channel is for the people who never quite match the season everyone told them to love. See you in the next one.